Well, the game one underdogs continue to overcome the odds. Maybe it'll happen again tonight as the Golden State Warriors lock horns with the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we've got game two of the Indiana Pacers versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. My name's CJ Curry. Thank you so much for joining me for another NBA player prop video. For those who haven't subscribed to the channel, get subscribed. It's free for you to do. No reason why you shouldn't be subscribed. Also, hit that like button for me. I appreciate all the likes. It continues to keep the channel growing and moving toward that 30,000 subscriber goal. Now, if you've been watching these videos in recent memory here, we've been giving away a free month of Dub Club to somebody down in the comment section below. Basically, all you have to do is be a subscriber, hit the like button, and comment your favorite player prop of the day. If I randomly select that player prop, that comment from the comment section below, and it happens to be a winning pick, of course, then you will win a free month of Dub Club. Just like this person right here, M. Holtree 6762, who was liking some Drew Holiday over points and assists at 13.5. He says, if it hits, I get VIP. You're right, you do. And you happen to be the winner. So yes, Drew Holiday did go over 13.5 points plus assists. It also was nice that that game went into overtime, helping some of these guys pad their stats. So congratulations to you. There's a link down in the description of today's video, free Discord link. Join the Discord. Once you're inside Discord, shoot me a DM, and then I will reply back with a Dub Club link that'll get you 30 days of all access, all the picks, the plays, the parlays, the stats and information, and all of the great community vibes inside of Discord await you, my friend. Congratulations, and thank you for leaving that winning pick for the community. All right, the NBA playoffs have been tough. There's no doubt about it, but we're back at it again with a research-driven approach. We're going to be looking at different player props that have solid hit rates, solid head-to-heads, solid projections behind them, and of course, solid sportsbook data backing them. And really, that's about all we can do. If you could think of any other ideas, any other things that you look for when you're trying to decide on the over or under on a player prop, leave it down in the comment section below. Maybe your tips, your techniques, your strategies might help somebody who's doing their own research, and we appreciate that as a community. We are all just trying to get better and win more together. All right, PrizePicks. If you're not playing on PrizePicks yet, you definitely should be. It's a great time for you to get signed up, man. They're running a ton of different NBA player props for these playoffs. Things like free throws attempted are kind of unique, personal fouls, two-pointers attempted. I mean, they got a lot of unique categories that are only available on PrizePicks. And of course, today is Taco Tuesday, so they're going to be running some player projection discounts as well. So use promo code CJ Curry, make your first deposit. When you play your first $5, whether you win or lose, they're going to give you $50 back. So it's a really cool offer promotion that they're running right now on PrizePicks. Let's get into this first one. Obi Toppin. He's sitting out here at 6 points. He has been Mr. Consistent with 6 or more points, not only in recent memory, not only on the road, but also against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And he's also projected to go over, and he's also a positive expected value play. So let's dig into Obi Toppin at 6 points and why the more looks like the best option for Obi Toppin. Starting off with the prop professor. The optimizer here has him at 53.2% chance to have at least 6 points or more. He's at 6.5 on most of these sports books, sites like DraftKings, other sites like Prop Builder, Caesars, BetMGM. You see all the different sports books have him right around 6.5 points. Now at 6.5, you are seeing some folks bet the over. Minus 102 at 6.5, minus 103 at 6.5, minus 107 to go over at 6.5 points. Now, why that's important is because some of these people who are putting down money believe that he can have at least 7 or more points. So we're looking to get at least 6 out of him, but there's, a chance here, mathematically speaking, that he has at least 7 points. So Let's go a little bit further. We'll take a look at RotoWire. RotoWire's built out a fantastic PrizePicks tool. You're going to get 25% off of a 6-month or 12-month subscription. When you go down to the description of this video, I've left a link for you. Promo code CJ Curry will get you 25% off on RotoWire. They built out a great PrizePicks tool here. Taking a look at the different Obi Toppin player prop options. The over on his points, rebounds, and assists, points and rebounds, or 3-point attempts all seem to be lean more according to the RotoWire tool. But for this video, we're looking at the points. He's projected for about 7.12 points. Now I want to take a look at his game logs here. For the 2024 NBA season, 80% hit rate. So he's had 6 or more points in 80% of the games that he's appeared in. He's averaging about 10.4 points per game in a total of 85 games that he's appeared in. Okay, so he needs at least 6 for us tonight. Now, in terms of how he's done on the road, well, an 81% hit rate when he plays on the road, averaging about 11.1 points per game when he plays away from Indiana. So he's currently riding a really nice active streak of 6 or more points in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 straight road games now. He's had more than 6 points. All right. So he's done a really good job here on the road over the last month or two of basketball that he's played. Now against the Cleveland Cavaliers, he's also done really well head to head. He's had at least 6 or more points in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight head to head games versus Cleveland. The last time that he's had fewer than 6 points versus the Cavaliers was 10-28, and that was from last season, I believe, or the start of this season. So it's been a really long time for Obi Toppin to stay under 6 points. So hopefully he keeps it going today. Couple of 3 balls, a couple of 2-pointers and a 3-ball. As long as his shot's falling, he should have a pretty good opportunity of getting us at least 6 points. But yes, historically speaking, the head-to-heads are great versus Cleveland. So let's move on and get you a couple of projections here for Obi Toppin outside of RotoWire. For this one, we're going to go over to Fantasy Labs. They've got him projected for 7 points. Again, we need at least 6 so that we don't lose this pick. Going over to Shot Quality, they've got a nice projection of Toppin at 7.5 points or so. They expect him to play around 15 minutes, so he's out there to get some shots up coming off the bench, kind of like their, I don't know if you want to call him the 6th man, but he's up there as one of their top rotation guys off the bench. Getting you another projection here for Obi Toppin. For this one, we're going to go over to LineStar. LineStar's got Obi Toppin projected for about 8.4 points today, gang. So a lot of favorable projections for Obi Toppin, a lot of good historical information that supports Obi Toppin getting at least 6 or more points, and that's about all we can do. We can't predict the future. We don't know for 100% sure what's going to happen, but we could kind of take a look at the past, reference some player projection models today, and see the way that the betting public is taking a prop like this one and kind of use that information, that 3-headed attack, to hopefully, land on a winning pick. But there's pick number 1 for you. Pick number 2, we're going to Minnesota. I'm looking at Naz Reed. Naz Reed is sitting at 10 points today. He's another guy who has performed really well at this 10-point number in this matchup in terms of how he's performed when he plays at home. He's done a good job with 10 points as well. So again, we're going to go back over here to the Prop Professor Optimizer. Let's go Naz Reed. When we take a look at Naz Reed, the top way to play Naz Reed based on all the data pulled from all of these sports books, and you're talking about a dozen or more DFS pick'em apps or sports books that this optimizer references here. Then it strips out the juice, also known as the VIG, and it gives you what are called true odds, fair odds of a player prop to hit. So he's got about a 53.6% chance of having at least 10 points based on the mathematical numbers here pulled from these different sports books. So 10 or more points is what we're hoping for from Naz Reed. So definitely a positive expected value play plus EV play. So let's go back over here to RotoWire and check out some Naz Reed info. Now, a lot of these player props that include Naz Reed getting points are leaning toward the over, like his points plus rebounds, points plus assists. And I think those are all fine options. He's done well in all 3 of those categories: points plus rebounds, and points plus assists versus the Golden State Warriors, historically speaking. But the points seem to have the highest hit rates out of all of these different props. He's hit at about a 72% rate for this NBA season, averaging about 14.1 points per game overall. When he plays at home, 71% hit rate, about 14 points per game on average. And then against the Golden State Warriors, he has now played the Warriors 7 times over this season, or last season and this season combined, I should say. And he's had at least 10 points in 6 out of 7 matchups, averaging real close to 13 points per game versus the Golden State Warriors. Now, as far as this season goes, just taking a look at the last 2 head-to-heads played at home versus Golden State, he had 15 and 16 points respectively. If you go back, this game here was on the road on December the 8th. He had 10 points at Golden State, and then the first time they met was back on December the 6th. At Golden State, he had 9 points, so he came really close to getting that 10 or more marker. So he's usually right around 10 or better when he faces off against the Golden State Warriors. He's projected for about 10.5 on RotoWire. Let's see where his projections line up on some of these other apps. Starting with Fantasy Labs, they've got him at exactly 10 points there, so they think Naz Reed's going to land on 10 or better. He's at about 10.5 points over on shot quality, so you could take that one if you wanted to. And then Line Star's got Naz Reed at a projection of right around 9 points, 8.8 points. They have him a little bit lighter, a little bit underweight compared to some of these other player prop projection models. So there's some information on Naz Reed. I thought the hit rates looked good. It's positive expected value play. He's done a good job at home. So a lot of good things going here for Naz Reed. Moving on to the next pick, we're looking at a couple of different field goal attempt props. I think I'm going to go with this one because you guys need a Golden State Warrior prop, and I'm looking at Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler at 14.5 field goal attempts. I'm looking to take the under on this one. I know this is going to probably make some of you feel a little uncomfortable, but I would say that once we look at some of the data here, you're going to see that Jimmy Butler under 14.5 field goal attempts may not be as crazy as it seems. Now, Jimmy Butler's one of those guys that gets fouled a lot. And when you get fouled on a shot attempt, that does not count toward a field goal attempt. So if he is getting fouled actively and getting to the free throw line, well, that's going to mean he will have less than 14.5 field goal attempts if he's getting to the free throw line and attacking the basket. But let's take a look at some information on this one. Jimmy Butler over on RotoWire. There's a mixed bag here of Jimmy Butler player props, right? You could lean more on things like fantasy score. You can lean less on things like points and assists or points, even the free throw makes, even the field goal attempts, which is the one we're going to talk about now, are leaning toward the under. 14.13 is his projection for his field goal attempts. So they have him slightly less than 14.5. Remember that with these projections, you always want to take about an extra 10% off of whatever it's projecting. So 14.13, take another 10% off of that, and that puts him under 14. So as far as his field goal attempts for this season, he has only gone over 14.5 field goal attempts in 24% of the games that he's appeared in. So that means that, about 76% of the games that he plays in, he stays under 14.5 field goal attempts. When he plays on the road, well, he's only gone over 14.5 field goal attempts once in his last 10 games or so. Let's count it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So He's only gone over one time in 14.5 field goal attempts once in 11 of his last road games. So there you go. And, 15 he had against Atlanta. I mean, you look at the last 20 games or so on the road, and he's probably went over maybe about 2 times from what I'm seeing here. Now, versus Minnesota, he's played them 1 time this season. This was back on December the 18th. He was still a member of the Miami Heat in that game. So kind of ancient history, kind of irrelevant, but I still want to point it out. Since we do have access to the information, we should put it out there. 12 field goal attempts versus Minnesota in that game back on December the 18th. So we have one projection that's skewing slightly under 14.5 field goal attempts. What about some other projections? And for that, we can go over to Shot Quality and get a projection on Jimmy Butler's field goal attempts here. He is projected for about 11 two-point attempts and about 2.5 three-point attempts. Now, when you add those together, you're looking at about 13.5 total field goal attempts, which puts him under 14.5 by about 1 whole field goal attempt. So they have him going under as well. Now there's one other site that you can reference here for these field goal attempts, and that one's going to be this one. It's called FanDuel Research, formerly known as Number Fire. Now we take a look at the field goal attempts projection. Let's see if they have one. They actually don't have one for him right now. No player update. So I guess their tool isn't updated. So we'll just have to reference the first two, which are RotoWire and Shot Quality, where they both have him going under. And again, historically speaking, he has gone under 14.5 field goal attempts, but we'll just have to wait and see how things play out. Nobody knows what's going to happen with 100% certainty tonight. That's why it's gambling. Nothing's guaranteed, but this is the part of the video where I turn things over to you and I start picking your brain. Are you liking any of these plays? Are you hating them? Are you tailing them? Are you fading them? Let me know down in the comments section below. And if there's some picks out there that you have your eyeball on, that you're feeling really strongly about, that you're convicted will hit, well, you could possibly win a free month of Dub Club just by commenting down in the comments section below. Let me know what your favorite player prop of the day is, and I will select a winner randomly for the next video. Thank you so much for being here. Leave a like on your way out, and we will catch you in another video real soon. Peace.